Ladies and gents, we've got a massive transfer update for you today. Arsenal have reached an agreement in principle for the signing of Viktor Gyokeres. Reports coming out of a bid of around £59 million. Andrea Berta has held another secret meeting with Benjamin Sesko's agent in Germany. Alejandro Garnacho is keen and pushing for a move to Chelsea. Let's not forget that he has been frozen out of that Manchester United team, with Ruben Amorim saying he will be sold this summer. Manchester City are keen on a new fullback pairing of Ait Nouri and Livramento, and Brentford have just secured the signing of Kelleher from Liverpool, with Georgi Mamadashvili coming in to replace him this summer. We have got a huge transfer update. That was quite a lot to get through. It's going to be a long video. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you get over to the second channel and hit that subscribe button on there. We just hit 1K subs yesterday. We dropped a banger of a transfer video over on there. The road to 60K is on this channel. If you haven't already, please go down and smash that subscribe button to pieces. 89% of you that watch the channel every single month are not subscribed. So what are you waiting for? We're absolutely steamrolling our way through. I think we're about 500, maybe 400 away now from 55K. But let's jump straight into Fabrizio Romano's news. We're going to start off with Kelleher will be joining Brentford. Then we'll get into the Man City fullbacks. Then we'll get into the Arsenal and the Chelsea news. And then we'll talk about Ange. But we'll actually do a second video on the Ange stuff. Kelleher completes his medical test at Brentford today after an £18 million package deal, and he will be leaving Liverpool to join Brentford. Let's not forget, Flecken has just left Brentford, the Dutch goalkeeper, and joined Bayer Leverkusen. I'm a big fan of Kelleher. I'm not going to lie. I would swap him for Alisson in a heartbeat. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. And let's not forget, he's actually young, but, you know, you've got to sell players at the end of the day. When you've got a goalkeeper like Alisson, it's very, very difficult for a player of Kelleher's age. He's only 26 years of age, 10 appearances in the league this season. Last season, sorry. He came in when Alisson was injured, put some big performances in, was part of the Liverpool team that got all the way to the League Cup final and lost to Newcastle, had a good season. For me, I do think that's a good move for him. I think he's going to be tested. You know, Liverpool's defence is a lot better than Brentford's, but it's a good move. Romano has also come out speaking about the fullbacks they are after Manchester City. The main targets for Manchester City at fullback position remain Tino, Livramento, and Rayan Ait Nouri. Now, we know Manchester City are already on the verge of signing one Algerian. Could they sign another with Ait Nouri? Talks advance soon for Ait Nouri. Move expected to happen. City are very confident, as revealed days ago. Livramento is a difficult deal, and Newcastle hope to keep him. For me, these are two of the best fullbacks in the Premier League right now. Last season, Ait Nouri was one of Wolves' best players, up there with Matthias Cunha. He's a really, really good attacking fullback. This means for me, if they sign in Ait Nouri, it means Manchester City will put Vardy out back to a left-sided centre-back, not a left-back where he played majority of his time last season. Livramento, for me, it's a much, much harder deal with this. They've just won a silverware. They're in the Champions League. They want to keep their best assets to perform at their highest level next season. I personally think, my gut instinct is that Livramento will stay at Newcastle, but Ait Nouri will be joining Manchester City. I think, you know, Newcastle have got two other really good fullbacks as well. Of course, Livramento's one, and Lewis Hall, another big, big fan of him. I think he's an excellent player. You're probably talking in a region of 50 to 60 million pounds to get Livramento out of out of Newcastle to join Manchester City. I don't think it's realistic. I think it's going to be a lot harder than some people are reporting. Now, Benjamin Sesko, the Benjamin Sesko to Arsenal transfer rumours are heating up. According to the Standard, the Slovenian international has been heavily linked to the move to the North London for more than a year now, and it appears to have moved ahead of Viktor Gyokeres. Now, according to reports coming out in Portugal, that Gyokeres has agreed personal terms. The reliable journalist yesterday, who also said that Ange Postecoglou would be sacked, very, very credible source, will bring that up shortly. But It's moved ahead in the pecking order as Mikel Arteta seeks a statement striker ahead of next season. According to Sky Germany, director Andrea Berta has held secret talks with RB Leipzig's counterpart Marcel Schafer over a potential deal, and he's also met up with Cesco's agent. Now, a deal would be worth £70 million. Now, I have seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of reports, I've seen a lot of tweets. A lot of people in the Arsenal world actually believe Benjamin Sesko would be a better striker for Arsenal than Viktor Gyokeres. Now, I personally believe, and I might be in the minority, that Viktor Gyokeres is a ready-made striker right now. I think he comes into this Arsenal team and scores bundles and bundles of chances. What a lot of people have said, and I've read this a number of times on the socials in the last few days, that there is still Kai Havertz in and around that Arsenal setup, and Arteta wants him to be heavily involved. Now, if Arsenal go out and sign Viktor Gyokeres, it's a lot less likely that Havertz will be starting a lot of Premier League games. A lot of people think, though, Benjamin Sesko could heavily rotate with Kai Havertz. Let's not forget, Arsenal played more than 60 games this season just gone. It's very difficult for a player to play 60 games consistently, be fit, and have match sharpness. So a lot of credible people are saying that could Kai Havertz heavily rotate with Benjamin Sesko in this Arsenal setup? Now, I personally believe that Gyokeres, it has been reported a few weeks ago and recently that Arsenal are in advanced talks. Sky have said that they're heavily interested in Benjamin Sesko. Other reports are coming out saying that Gyokeres has reached a verbal agreement. I personally believe that Andrea Berta does have the final sign-off, and it looks like, according to the Standard, that the conversation with regards to Benjamin Sesko is a lot further along the line. So we're going to have to wait and see in terms of what happens with regards to that. Now, £70 million is roughly the same sort of fee you're going to pay for either. Sky Sports are putting videos out suggesting who's the better striker. There's no doubt that Benjamin Sesko does have a lot more potential, probably you could argue, than Viktor Gyokeres, considering Gyokeres hasn't really played in the top 5 major league yet, and Cesco has. But we'll have to wait and see. Alejandro Garnacho wants a Chelsea move, according to the Standard. Alejandro Garnacho looks set to leave Manchester United with the summer reporting. He wants to stay in the Premier League with Chelsea. It's very difficult into the Premier League season at Old Trafford for the Argentine, who is not too pleased with his time on the bench. There has been links with Serie A champions Napoli, along with Chelsea, who have also been strongly interested in Garnacho. The Sun have said the 20-year-old wants to move to Stamford Bridge in the summer that could be worth £50 million. Now, I've remained consistent on this. I've remained as honest as I can. I personally feel right now that Alejandro Garnacho, I think Chelsea need a more proven left winger than him. There's a lot of things up in the air with regards to Jadon Sancho. He got 10 goals in all competitions last season for Manchester United in more than 50 games. His output isn't the best. I do believe there is a bit of an attitude situation there. However, what I will say about Garnacho is there is no doubt in probably somewhere like Napoli, just like Scott McTominay has, he would probably go and perform. So we'll have to wait and see what's happening with regards to him. I honestly believe there is no doubt ability in Garnacho. I just don't think Chelsea right now, I think they're the next level above. They want to go out and sign players that are ready right now. Now, David Ornstein has come out of a tweet regarding Manchester City, speaking about Ait Nouri, pursuing a deal for Rayan Ait Nouri from Wolves. Agreements still need to be reached with Wolves and Algeria, the international, but all parties are now expected to happen. The 23-year-old Manchester City's main target is a left back. So we know Livramento has played at left back, but of course, Ait Nouri is the better out of the two left backs because, of course, Livramento is a right back. Make sure you drop a like. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all soon. I'm out.